President Trump posted on Truth Social moments ago saying this, 2 months ago, I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They should have done it. Today is day 61. I told them what to do, but they just couldn't get there. Now they have perhaps a second chance. And the president told me about this first back in March. Joining me now is Foundation for Defense of Democracy's Iran Program Senior Director, Behnam Ben Taleblu. Behnam, thanks very much for being here this morning. Your reaction to what has taken place?
Great to be with you, Maria. Listen, I think the strike that Israel launched against Iran's missile, military, nuclear sites, as well as top commanders, is nothing short of historic. It once again shows the military capacity and capability of the Israeli Air Force and intelligence apparatus against the world's foremost state sponsor of terrorism. Yes, there still reportedly are some nuclear sites that were not hit, but if you're looking at the handicapping or the gutting of the regime's command and control, particularly military command and control, what this strike brings to mind is the kind of close intelligence and operational monitoring that brought about the September beeper and pager attacks against Iran's chief proxy in the Middle East, which was Hezbollah.
But this could not have been better orchestrated in terms of President Trump giving Iran the leeway to make a deal. As I mentioned a moment ago, the president walked me through this as far back as March of this year, when he was in office just a month and a half. Watch this.
But the people of Iran are great people, but they had a tough regime, and they'd meet and they'd be shot in the streets. I mean, it was a tough deal. But I would rather negotiate a deal. I'm not sure that everybody agrees with me, but we can make a deal that would be just as good as if you won militarily. But the time is happening now. The time is coming up. Something's going to happen one way or the other. I hope that Iran, and I've written them a letter saying, I hope you're going to negotiate, because if we have to go in militarily, it's going to be a terrible thing for them.
You wrote a letter to the Khomeini,
yes.
The leader? When did you send the letter?
Yesterday. And
you said you better negotiate, or we want you to negotiate?
I didn't say you better. I said, I hope you're going to negotiate, because it's going to be a lot better for Iran. And I think they want to get that letter. The other alternative is we have to do something, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
And yet, Behnam, Iran was enriching and enriching and enriching uranium. Did they not think President Trump was serious? I mean, he gave them a 60-day warning. Today is day 61.
Clearly, hubris got the best of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and certainly they thought they could rope-a-dope the Trump administration just like they rope-a-doped the Biden administration before him. And the supreme leader of Iran's goal was basically here to play for time, to make that 60-day window essentially irrelevant, and to be able to actually water down the president's successful maximum pressure policy, and with the passage of time, put distance between America and its most important partner in the region, Israel. I think Israel's strike actually just shows how united both America and Israel are in terms of trying to stop the Islamic Republic of Iran from getting a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what happens now with Iran's proxies? I mean, everyone who has observed the Iranian response so far has called the response weak and exposing Iran's capabilities as being weak. Do you agree with that? How would you assess their response, and where do you think this goes now?
Well, no doubt the regime is weak. The question is, how lethal is this regime? It still is home to the largest ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East. It's reportedly launched over 100 drones against Israel, essentially all of them intercepted. But will those drones be paired with missiles either directly from Iranian territory or potentially from proxy territory? If you look at the earlier report that you had on the screen there, it actually shows Mossad officials targeting missile launch facilities, missile factories, missile depots that essentially were designed to defang the regime, so when they wanted to respond, they wouldn't be able to, or they would be a mess, or that they would look weak. And certainly Iranian officials were here will try to play for time, say that they want to have revenge be a dish served cold, and that's precisely why now is the time for America to step in and say, Iran, if you think you can win by escalating, you have a heck of a lot more to lose.
And what would that look like? What should America do at this point?
Well, certainly America should make sure there's no daylight between itself and Israel here. It should certainly make sure that its diplomatic and military facilities are hardened, that its personnel, wherever they are within striking distance of Iranian missiles, all the unnecessary or non-essential personnel are gone. It should communicate clearly, privately to the regime that if there is an attack, what the consequences of that will be. And then also, Israel and America do need to think about an issue that you've rightly raised on your own program, which is that this is not a nuclear threat. We face a threat from a regime that has fundamentally been repressing its own people, and it's high time America, Israel, and the rest of the civilized world find a way to deal with empowering the Iranian street, which are the longest suffering victims of this regime.
That's right. And real quick on our allies, what would you expect from the Europeans? I mean, the Wall Street Journal this morning is reporting that Germany says Israel is entitled to defend itself. What would you expect from the Eurozone and the European Union?
Well, certainly the Europeans just 24 to 48 hours ago were making a heck of a strong play at the International Atomic Energy Agency, holding the regime's feet to the fire for its nuclear violations, for its 2 decades of nuclear violations. Now, of course, they actually stand an opportunity to stand with President Trump, who has been calling for a diplomatic off-ramp or a diplomatic solution.
And anything from the Middle East partners? I mean, President Trump just back from a very successful trip in the Middle East. Any response so far from the Saudis that you would want to take note of?
Publicly, you've seen the Saudi Foreign Ministry, for example, very vociferously condemn the strike.
Yeah.
The question is, with these countries who tend to hedge, what are they saying privately? I don't think they're shedding any tears over this, but those countries do worry that a potential conflict could spiral in the region and target their own very delicate and growing economies.
Of course. Thank you so much, Behnam. Good to talk with you. Behnam Ben
Thank you.
Taleblu.